Hi there, Olivia here again. In this recording, I'd like to look at the RAIN tool for meditation. RAIN is a well-being tool that is based on mindfulness and compassion. It's useful when you're experiencing fear at this difficult time, or just struggling to deal with difficult feelings or emotions. When we allow fear to take over, it can cause a lot of suffering in our lives, and it also can become quite contagious. We're limited in what we can do or control right now. However, we can control how we respond to the situation, and we can make a conscious decision to be the calm in the midst of a storm. But to do this, we need to deal with our own inner storms. They can cause discomfort and they can create waves in our lives and in our relationships. So what is RAIN? Well, RAIN stands for R, recognize, A, allow, I, investigate, and N, nurture. Recognize what's going on, allow it to be there, investigate it, and then to nurture yourself. So the RAIN exercise has become popular with the American psychologist Tara Brach and her teachings. And if you want to learn more about this, I highly recommend her book, Radical Compassion, which discusses this more in depth. RAIN brings us, well, it helps to bring us more into the present moment, and it helps us to come to terms with what's going on within, to allow us to process our feelings and our emotions as they are happening. So often we push them aside or ignore them, only for them to rear their heads again at another time. And sometimes in our bodies as pain, or sometimes manifesting in conflict in our relationships. So I'll start this practice now. And if you can make sure that you're somewhere you won't be disturbed, sit in a comfortable upright position. Just take a moment. Close your eyes if you wish. And take a few long, deep breaths. Now, for RAIN, we want to rest in presence. And we want to shift from the fight, flight, or freeze to more an attend and befriend. And that's what this practice will hopefully allow us to do. So if you can start by just scan what's going on in your life right now, be it the pandemic or something else. But don't bring a situation up that's quite traumatic. Don't bring up anything that's up too big a fear or too panic. Just I want you to ease into this practice and start with something gentle. So it's something that doesn't feel too overwhelming right now. And the more you practice this RAIN tool, you can ease yourself into bigger things. So bring to mind whatever circumstances are bringing up some difficult emotions or fear. And I'd like you to visualize whatever that is. So that could relate to another person in your life. So visualize that person and see what's going on for them. It could be another situation if you could try and come up with an image that most relates to that. Be it something that's going on right now or something that may happen in the future. Just try and visualize that. Just sit with that for a minute. So to begin the practice of RAIN, you want to recognize whatever is the most predominant. Is it worry or anger? Is it being fearful, anxious? Do you feel tension or tightness in your body? The A in RAIN is then to allow. You want to let your intention, let your intention be to allow this experience, this feeling or emotion, a willingness to sit with it. Something you could say is that this belongs. It's a natural part of life. And then to investigate, the I is investigate. Where do you feel this in your body? Belly, chest, throat. So if we just go back to the or, recognize, and if you can really sit with that feeling or emotion, it's helpful to put a name on what you're experiencing. You might have heard of that expression in parenting, name it to tame it. So this naming a feeling or emotion is quite powerful. It actually changes the wiring in your brain. So you engage the prefrontal cortex, which is the thinking part of your brain. And there's actually a chemical reaction to that, which helps to calm you. So even if you don't get further than the recognize part of RAIN, you're actually doing quite well. And that can become a habit that you can build into your life to actually name what's happening or what you're feeling. So moving down then to the allow. Really allow that feeling to be part of you. You mightn't like it or want it to be there, but it's there and it's a part of your life. So just sit with it. Sit with that feeling. Don't run away. If you want to move on to investigate now, try and feel where that feeling is in your body. As I was saying, you can feel it in our belly, in our stomach. Tightness in your chest. Or is it a feeling in your throat? It could be an all over feeling as a weight. Most feelings manifest in some way in our body. It might be vague, it might be very difficult to figure that out. And if it is, don't worry about it. These things take practice and it could be all very new to you. So just be kind to yourself in this. As we're investigating this feeling in our body, I'd like you to ask yourself these questions. What am I believing about this? So what are your beliefs around the anxiety or the fear? What am I anticipating? So is all this energy around something that may not have happened, may never happen? Is it coming from a story you're telling yourself that may not be based in reality? Whatever comes up, try and figure out, how is my body experiencing this? Again, bringing it back into the body. What does the situation feel like in my own body? And if it's easy for you to do, you may want to put your hand wherever you can sense that fear or feeling. If nothing comes to mind, even just putting your hand on your chest, I find can be quite comforting. And invite what wants to be accepted and included into your awareness. Invite those feelings to be felt. You may not be comfortable with those feelings, but do allow them in so that they are acknowledged. And then gently breathe into this feeling. Breathe in with kindness. What does that feel like? How is fear living in my body? Whatever you're investigating, just allow it to be there. Again, remember to breathe and breathe into the feeling. Now you might want to ask, what does this feeling or emotion or experience most need? Is it to be loved? Is it acceptance? Forgiveness? And if you can sense that your heart has the capacity to give this, that you have the ability to give this fear what it needs or this feeling in a very loving way, in a soft way, and with kindness and compassion. Now, if this makes sense to you, you might want to send that love and kindness from the presence of another. So it could be a loving friend, a person in your life, or it could be a spiritual figure or being, or it could be a formless, loving presence. Whatever feels right for you or good to you. Imagine this love pouring into you. Just feel it go to your depths. So your deepest intention here is to have that vulnerable place within you to feel loved, to feel kindness, to feel soothed, and to feel accepted. Now you might want to imagine this visually. So a warm light maybe flowing over with love and tenderness. Allow yourself to relax into this loving presence. Just sit in the freedom of that love. You can stay here for as long as you like, and you can go back into this whenever you want. And as I say, the more you practice this rain meditation, the easier it'll be for you. So when you're ready, take some full deep breaths. And bring your awareness back into your body, to your feet, to your legs, to your back. And when you feel comfortable and ready to do so, open your eyes and become present again. Now I hope you enjoyed that one. And may you be well and be safe.